So I just got finished watching Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2. Oh no, wait. I mean Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning. They did the same formula with the Avengers when they announced that they were doing Avengers Infinity Part 1 and then the following year Avengers Infinity War Part 2, but then changed it, of course, to Infinity War and then Endgame, which is okay because in a way it kind of gives the example of the fact that these two may be part of the same story, but two completely different plot points. So, but I was okay with it. You know, they continue to market this film as if it is the final movie within the Mission Impossible franchise. 8 movies in 30 years. That is phenomenal. And having to knowing the fact that it's played by none other than the star himself, Tom Cruise, who does all of his own stunts with all these mind-blowing things that he does within all these movies is just phenomenal. He is my favorite actor of all time. You know, I really wish I would have gotten to meet the man because he did visit a town for the theater premiere when it was opening, and I do not know how I would feel if I would have met him. I would pretty much faint or I would cry. I mean, I've never met a celebrity before, but if I were, I'm pretty sure I would do one of those two. It would be difficult for me to communicate with the man. But yeah, this movie, I'm just going to flat out say that I do give credits to the fact that I know that you can tell that they worked very hard into making this movie. I can tell very much that, that this movie it had a lot of complications, including the last one as well too, because of the whole COVID thing, and then we had the strike with the actors and directors, the writers, sorry, and but it's great to seeing that, you know, Dead Reckoning was it was a great Mission Impossible movie. It's one of my favorites, but it didn't beat what Fallout was. Fallout is like top #1 for me. So having to expect that maybe possibly The Final Reckoning would be anything better, well, I went ahead and watched it, and I'd have to say that I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I like it, and that's about it. Because I'm not going to give out any spoilers here, but the stunts in this movie is great. I mean, it kept me at the edge of my seat the entire time. I had an amazing time with this movie when it came to those stunts. You know, these movies are made for our entertainment, and that's what they should be, is made for our entertainment. In the last film, it was nonstop action. It continued to go on. You had several slow pacing scenes here and there, but then after that, we got right back to the action, and that's all it was, just action. There's one in particular scene in Dead Reckoning at the very beginning of the film where we have this, the office discussed by a whole bunch of characters in there. Now, I'm going to admit it was a little bit boring for me, but then it got interesting later on. So that scene that was boring to me when I was watching it into the theaters is actually now my favorite of that movie, one of my favorites. So when it comes to The Final Reckoning, that little scene that I was mentioning right now in Dead Reckoning, it expanded itself to like a whole hour, which is pretty much, a good majority of the film. And yes, I will admit that I was actually more bored. I'm just like, where's the action at, man? Let's get this going here. But yes, evidently when the action does start, it is nonstop. It continues to keep on going, keeping you at the edge of your seat. I was literally at the edge of my seat. I was gasping. I was awing. My palms were sweating. I was grabbing onto my theater chair. But yeah, it was a great, entertaining time. I had a great time with it. Hayley Atwell is an actress, or not an actress, but her character in the last movie felt meaningful. I don't think that they should have killed Ilsa in the last one. I think that if anything, Hayley Atwell's character pretty much ended at the end of Dead Reckoning, and I don't think that she should have returned in this one. I think that if anything, Ilsa should have returned in this one, just so that she shouldn't have died. She shouldn't have died. That was a huge mistake that they did. So I don't think that it should have happened. But anyways, the rest of the movie is just great. I love the actions. I love I love where it was taking itself to. And like I said before, they market this film as if it's a final one. They do a lot of montaging in relations to all the other films. There's several characters that do return from other movies. Not many, but they're there, including the very first movie, the very first Mission Impossible movie. And you just you have a great entertaining time. You're gonna have a great time. It's a great time to enjoy in the theaters with a nice tub of popcorn and nice cold drink. And it's hot out there where we're at right now in Texas. It's really hot, so it's a great time to be in the movies. They even told me too at the movie theaters that one of the theaters, the air conditioning's not working, and I'm like, no, thank you. I have a thing about air conditionings, and especially when it comes to going to the movie theaters, the air conditioning has to work. But yeah, great movie. I had a great time. It's very hard to do a rating, but if I were to have to say anything, I'd have to say that because of that 1 hour that I was bored out of my mind of it, I'd have to say that this movie was practically maybe a good 65, maybe 65%. I'm doing this flat out of the theaters. I don't want to bore people with too much detail, just based off of what I know about when it comes to this movie. And I want to keep these videos short. I don't want to be talking for 20, 30 minutes like I used to before. Just a quick 5 to 10 minutes videos, giving you my perspective on what I thought about the film. So, but anyways, you guys, that's my take on Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. I don't think it's going to be the last one. I think that, because Tom Cruise did mention that it's, because they keep on asking him, it's the final Mission Impossible movie. It's the final Mission Impossible movie. And he always keeps on responding well, they don't call it the Final Reckoning for nothing. I don't think it's in relations to the entire story genre. I think it's just in relations to that in particular situation that they're involved in with this movie. So because you can see a lot of open doors to know that, he's not done. He's not done with Mission Impossible. He even said so himself, that not Mission Impossible, but movies in general, that he's going to keep on doing this all the way through. He's never going to retire. He's going to keep on doing action, drama, comedy, whatever it is that's thrown at him at the table. So, but anyways, you guys, what did you guys think about Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning? Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? Did you love it? Let me know down in the comments down below. Let's have an awesome conversation in regards to this movie. Let me know what your guys' your favorite Mission Impossible movie, you guys. What's your favorite? My personally, I love Fallout and I love Ghost Protocol. Those are my two favorite. But let me know. You guys have an awesome day. Continue on living the dream. And I'll see you guys in the next video.